Hey guys, welcome to another video. In today's video we are going to be talking about optimizing these 4 main areas of your life so you can add additional 6 figures, even more, to your online business, guaranteed, right? And these 4 areas are going to be the first ones that you really want to look at, because there's a lot of things that you can optimize, there are a lot of things you can change. But if you take a look and just do these 4 areas, and I'm going to show you how you can do it, then you are fine and you are going to get a big leap forward into your personal life as well as your business, and you're going to see very quick results. By the way, I have a special announcement that I'm going to make by the end of this video, so if you stick around, I'm going to reveal what that is. And just to give you a quick hint, it's a free course that I'm releasing. It's a 7-day challenge or a 7-day course that is 100% free. And I'm sure you're going to benefit from it because it's going to absolutely change not only your life, but also your business and the amount that you earn every single month, and it's going to be way higher. So yeah, just stick to the end of this video and then I'm going to reveal everything that you need to know about that. So without further ado, let's just start with this video. So the first area that you really want to look at when you are optimizing is going to be, let me just copy this, it's going to be sleep, right? So the first area you really want to look at is going to be optimizing your sleep, because if you didn't have a good night's sleep last night, or the worst thing is for a longer period of time, you are going to lack energy and focus. These are like the 2 most important things when you're trying to get work done. It's going to take you longer hours to get something done. Like a task that would take you 1 hour can take you 3 hours, and you're gonna feel sluggish. You will have brain fog, you will have trouble memorizing things. And don't get me started on having sales calls. You are an entrepreneur, and people that I worked with are entrepreneurs making 6 figures and looking to scale to multiple 7 and 8 figures. Sales is really important when you have an online business, right? So you really don't want to mess around with that, and you really want to get focused and get in high energy, so not only you can perform good on the sales calls, especially with your work, but also the other person on the other end will feel if you are sluggish, tired, and that might actually be not a good thing on a sales call, because that prospect may be feeling like you don't really care about the product, about the whatever you're selling. It can have very negative effects. So you really want to optimize your sleep, and the first step in doing that is going to be essentially this is going to be a couple of things that you can do immediately, right? So be aware of how much coffee or any energy drinks or anything give you caffeine, then cut it at least 6 to 10 hours before your bedtime, right? So cut at least 6 to 10 hours depending on how immune are you to caffeine, right? So at least 6 hours before bed, right? So you want to do that first. Make sure that you eat at least 3 hours before bed, so you don't have like heartburn and your digestive system has time to digest, so you're not feel like full before you go to bed, because that can really mess with your sleep. I'm not going to tell you right now that you need to wake up at this time, you need to go to sleep at the time to get high quality sleep, because it doesn't work like that. It's not like one size fits all. It depends on who you are. And when I say like who you are, what I usually do with my clients, what I've done also for myself at the beginning of this journey, is I've done my chronotype. So the chronotype, there are 4 types of chronotypes. You can just go on Google and find do a chronotype test, and you're going to see a very quick quiz, and you're going to find out which of these 4 chronotypes you are. And based on that data, based on your findings, you can actually see how many hours of sleep you need to perform. What type of person are you? Where do you perform the best? What are the best times to wake up for you? What are your best times to go sleep? And look, it's all about experimenting. If you're a bear, for example, I'm a bear as well, and there are certain things that works better for bears, right? As a chronotype of a bear. But you can experiment with it. Like, nothing is 100% set. Don't question everything that you've been told. Question everything, experiment, split test, and then see if it works. But make sure you do a chronotype. And based on that chronotype, find the right time and the right amount of sleep you need every single night, right? When it comes to the sleep, in addition to that, you want to have some sort of a ritual. I really hate the word routine because routines are overrated sometimes. You want to have a ritual. Ritual could take like unwind ritual around like 1 to 2 hours, depending on how much you need to calm down before bed, depending on how stressful your day was and all of that. So a good ritual to do is just, here are some tips. So turn off electronics at least 1 hour before bed. Turn on dim lights in your room. Turn on red lights. Red lights stimulate melatonin, and melatonin produces. When melatonin produces, you're going to feel sleepy, and eventually the more melatonin you have, the better sleep, and overall your sleep scores are going to be better, because that's really, really important. People that don't have like melatonin, if you have trouble sleeping, falling asleep, if your sleep is, you just cannot fall asleep because of your lack of melatonin, there are some supplements you can take. I take before bed a mix of calcium, magnesium, and pretty much calcium, magnesium, and zinc as well. And I do that before bed. It's like my supplement, my ritual. I do this and it helps me fall asleep. As for you, right? So turn on red lights to pretty much, it will help you calm down and it will help you relax. And also like meditation works, meditation, quick meditation, 10 to 15 minutes, just some breathing exercise, just calming your mind, as well as journaling. Now, you don't have to do like everything, because there's so many ways, and some ways work better than the other depending on person. Some people even read. Some people read before bed. I have troubles reading before bed. I usually travel when I commute, or whenever I feel, after my deep work, whenever I feel very tired and sluggish, I just, do some breathing exercise and I read for maybe 30 minutes and I feel better. I usually read in the mornings, because in the mornings you have the highest energy, highest willpower, so I like to jump straight to the work. But you can maybe, for some people it works, like reading something light, like some fiction, not like anything non-fiction that is very, very hard to comprehend and understand, but something lighter, that will calm you down. That's also a good thing. While you're reading, you can play some relaxing music, like something very, very light. You want to take it easy. And yeah, that's pretty much it. And the most important thing about the ritual is going to bed at the same time every day. Like, that's the best thing. If you don't do anything like this, then anything of these things right here, then make sure you do at least one thing. Go to bed every single night at the same time, right? That's the most important here, right? And also, if you're reading on your iPad, or if you're pretty much still, if you're reading on your iPad or any like Kindle or stuff, just use some blue light blockers that will help you out, to make sure that you're not, seeing the blue light, which will keep you awake, right? So yeah, that was mostly about like the sleep aspect, like quick tips. I could go longer and longer about sleep, and I will in the next videos, but these are like just like for quick optimization of the areas of your life. The second one is diet. When it comes to diet, sorry about that. Okay, so let me do this. Diet. As you know, like fast food is not the best thing to do here. Fast food is not really healthy way to go about, optimizing your areas. All that, like junk food. Right now what foods you should not eat and what foods you should. I'm 100%, so I'm not going to tell you stop eating junk food and all of that. Instead, I would love to tell you a couple of things that help me and my clients to perform better by eating specific brain foods that increases energy and focus as well. So some of these things have like the best thing that I've done is when I switched to like high protein, high fat, low carb diet, especially during my work hours. So in the morning I don't eat breakfast, so I wake up at 4. I don't eat anything around like lunchtime, so 11, 12. Maybe I skip lunch sometimes and eat one meal a day, so around like dinner time. But if I eat lunch, I make my lunches very low carb, high protein, high fat. And when I've done breakfast, some people they perform better when they have breakfast. I used to be that person, but I intermittent fast for a long time now. But usually I just had 2 boiled eggs. Sometimes I had avocados with them. So it was high fat, high protein, and low carb, right? Because some carbs, especially carbs that have sugar, it could be even sugar from fructose, like from fruits, like apple, bananas especially. they're good, like they're very healthy, right? Like when I'm thinking about bananas right now, when you like what I used to do in the past when I had troubles falling asleep, I ate a banana, right? Because bananas has magnesium, and magnesium will help you also calm down, and that is also great for sleep. So I used to eat one banana before bed, and that helped a lot. But back to the point about diet, is that I avoid that because they spike my insulin, and just digesting all of those carbs, it takes so much energy that I cannot focus on my work. That's why I don't eat in the morning when I have my deep work blocks, because I want to focus and I want to be really, really focused on what I do, right? So this is pretty much the primary diet that I use, that you can try as well. And I'm not telling that this is gonna work for everyone. Another thing to include in your diet that could be very, very beneficial for you is omega-3. Omega-3s, so these could be bought in a supplement, or it could be from like fish, seafood mostly, especially like you have to be careful what seafood you eat, but seafood like tuna, that's very like affordable, that could be a great place to start. Try to avoid omega-6, because these are like found in vegetable oils and fried foods and all of those fast food junk foods that you eat, and they're not really healthy for you. They can have like really bad long-term health benefits. You won't see it in a day one, but you will see it in a day. I've read like sometimes some omega-6 they stay in your body for like around like 600 and more days, which is like crazy. So you really want to be careful what you put into your body. And yeah, when it comes to diet, you just want to keep it like, I cannot really tell much about this because it depends. When it comes to diet, I really, really encourage you to do some testing, like food allergies and food sensitivities, because I can tell you a lot of things about this. Like I mentioned the main things right here, but it could be like you maybe be allergic to eggs or avocados or chicken, or whatever. So I cannot really tell you much. What I can tell you right now is if you go and do some food allergy tests, that's gonna do like 80% of because 80% of everything, like when it comes to diet, will be covered, because you will be able to see what foods you can and what foods you cannot eat, and that's like a big portion of success here, right? Because you really want to be careful what you put into your body. Okay, so that was diet. Just if you don't have any allergies, if you don't struggle with anything, if you're fine, just avoid carbs, right? In the morning, deep works. Try intermittent fasting. That works really, really well. And make sure that you also, when it comes to like different meats, if you're not a vegetarian or vegan, when you're eating meats, try to search for meats that are from animals that are grass-fed. They have less toxins because these animals are fed on grass. So that way they don't have, many toxins. That's why you don't eat those toxins, right? If that makes sense. So in London, for example, in Waitrose, in UK, in Waitrose, you can find a good grass-fed meat. It could be beef, could be chicken. So yeah, just look for these options. In the US, Canada, I'm sure you can find something. So yeah, that was a tip that really helped me when I pretty much learned this and tried this myself, and I saw the difference. The fourth one is environment. Third one, sorry, environment. So when it comes to your environment, you really want to be careful about the place where you work. So there are different types of environments that I mean by that here, but it means like place to work must be enjoyable. What I mean by enjoyable, if you hate where you work, if you hate coming and sitting behind your desk and just coming here and saying like, I hate this place, I hate like working here, it's going to be really hard for you to focus, and it's really hard for you to get things done because you're an online entrepreneur, you do things online, so you spend a lot of your time behind your desk. So make sure that your environment that you work in is enjoyable. And if you cannot really choose your workplace, then, or like the workstation, because for example you don't have like a home office, or every situation is different, then at least like buy yourself a nice chair, right? Buy yourself a nice monitor where you can see everything bright, and you can see everything. You don't have to look at like a small screen on your small laptop, right? Just make sure you invest in gadgets, make sure you invest in a good chair, a good microphone, candles even, right? Good scent, also like LED lights to there's so many things you can do to decorate or just make your environment enjoyable, right? Another thing when it comes to environment is people. You want to cut negativity, you want to cut negative people out of your life because they're going to drag you down, and you are a hungry entrepreneur that is driven, and I'm sure you want to succeed. So if you keep being with people that don't support your dreams, that support your values, and then they don't support you in your journey, then it's going to be really, really hard to make yourself successful, right? Because like environment is huge, and you are one of those 5 people that you hang out with, right? So you really want to be careful with whom you talk and with whom you spend time. And don't worry about like losing some people along the way, because that's just part of the journey, right? You're eventually going to find people that share your values, share your vision, and that, I promise you, is more beneficial than those friends that, you know, were just dragging you down, right? So cut the negative people out of your life. If not forever, then just for some limited period of time, or just eliminate or just reduce the time you spend with them, right? Because sometimes you cannot choose your people, so that's completely okay. So that when it comes to environment, you really want to enjoy the place you work, and you really want to have like this peace. So no like negativity around. Your environment is really, really important. If you hate where you are right now, and if you can afford, just go somewhere for 3 months. Just move to an Airbnb somewhere in a different country, in different town, in different city, wherever, right? Just move, and you will see how everything will change for you. So when I grew up in a village, right? In a very small country in Eastern Middle Europe, right? So the village I grew up in had around like 1,000 people. Once I moved in London, my mood was like increased. My hunger for success increased, because I was in an environment where people chase success. When I was in village, in a very conservative country, I didn't feel anything. I just saw like all of those like mediocrity. I didn't see anyone that was successful, and that was really dragging me down. Once I moved to London 2 years ago, everything changed for me, really. I just saw successful people. You know, London itself is very great city, you know, full of life and all of that. So that changed. So if you can move, and you will see how it works for you, right? And the last one is going to be about the very, very important thing, discipline. I'm just checking so I don't miss anything. Sorry about that. Yeah, this should be discipline. That's the last one here. Okay, perfect. Discipline is the last one. And what I mean by discipline, so you have your sleep right on point, you have your diet on point, you are in an environment that is good for you. So the last thing here to be successful is discipline. And you need to be disciplined. You need to have that momentum every single day. You cannot rely on motivation. You just cannot wake up and feel like doing the work. You have to go regardless. But if you struggle with discipline, and if you really want to optimize discipline, one good thing here is to, what helped me, right, is to understanding that I cannot rely on motivation and willpower. And the second was like dopamine detox. Like this dopamine detox, I don't like dopamine detox because it seems like something short term, but if you really want to succeed, do it long term. Dopamine detox, I mean, at least like resetting your dopamine receptors by just cutting all the social media out of your life, just cutting all the social media, cutting all the noise out there. And that really helped me with my discipline. Why? Because once I cut it down, I didn't have that, shiny object syndrome, so I could focus and be disciplined. I didn't have, this very short-term thinking because everything is like instant gratification on the social media and all of that. So I stopped having that, and that's why I could focus for longer hours. I could be more disciplined, and discipline also comes from, your willpower. And once I cut all of these things that produced me this very fake, wrong dopamine, I was able to get the dopamine from my work, right? And I enjoyed it. And my willpower was high because I focused only on my business, right? And that's what's happening very recently for me, and has been for some time, and it's been really beneficial. So cutting all that dopamine that you don't want, like from social media, instant gratification, and just channeling it to something that you want, like your business, gym, meditation, reading, you want, right? Discipline also, you really want to create that momentum. And when you're building that big discipline, you need to start small, right? So start small, progress over time, right? That's a really important thing to mention. Like, you don't want to start doing 500 outreaches per day. You don't want to start learning 10 languages, you know? You don't want to start practicing 5 habits. Like, if you do that, then you will never be consistent. And you know that in business, in life, like, consistency and discipline is really, really important. So you really want to do that and start small. Like, start with 10, then progress over 20, then do 30. Start with 1 habit, and then after 2 weeks, start another habit. And you stack and stack and stack, and you can be more disciplined. Because the reason why you procrastinate, the reason why your discipline is low is because you either don't have a plan. Like, this is another one. If you want to build discipline and avoid procrastination, make a plan. Make like a roadmap of your success with daily actions you want to do. You can find lots of videos on my channel about these things, like about discipline. I talk about like willpower, motivation, focus. You can find all of that in my YouTube videos, and I will tell you more about it because I don't want to make this video is already 21 minutes long, so you can find them in my YouTube videos. But essentially about like this progressive over time, you really want to take it slow. You really want to keep your discipline, to keep your motivation towards your work going. Celebrate every step. If you send 10 messages and you said to yourself you're going to send 10 messages, celebrate. In the next 5 days, increase that number to 20. Then celebrate. Do that every single day and increase that number every 3 days, every 5 days, every week, every day. Depends on what you do. And you're going to get that success faster because that achievement will release dopamine. And dopamine keeps your willpower high at all times, and that results in momentum, and momentum results in discipline, if that makes sense. And to be honest, like, when I was not disciplined, I forgot to take a look at my body and my overall health, and I saw like I was eating shit food. I was not really taking care of my sleep. My environment was toxic, and these were the 3 main things that I've just mentioned that really impacted my discipline. So we can just do these 4 things right here. You are like on a good way to success, right? If you have any additional questions about that, you can shoot me a message on Facebook or just comment down below and I will answer. And that's everything that I wanted to cover in this video. And yeah, about the bonus, about the special announcement, about the course that I'm releasing. So this course is going to be 7-day course, and I am going to teach you how to pretty much almost everything that I've just spoke about. So optimizing your sleep, increasing your focus, like God mode focus, right? All about energy, so you can crush your day, discipline, and everything that you need. And it's only going to take you 7 days. And after those 7 days, you can see insane results because you're going to feel like a completely different person that has this focus, this energy, this high motivation, high willpower, amazing sleep, as well as, the whole like your body, your mind will be optimized fully so we can go crush it and crush your goals. And I'm going to release it very, very soon. So if you like to have it sooner than everyone else out there, so if you want to have that advantage, then just comment down below the word 7, or actually no, comment down below the word free course, and I will get in touch with you and put you on the waiting list, on the priority list, and I will send you the course first so you can have it, you can consume it, you can crush your goals, crush your competition, and succeed faster than 99% of other people that neglect their energy, focus, and all of that will ever do. So yeah, that's everything from me. If you're interested in that, just message down below. If you like this video, just hit the thumbs up, subscribe for more content. I publish very frequently these days, so just stay tuned for great content there's upcoming. And thanks so much for watching, and see you in the next one.